I just helped you out on that. That's all right. Anytime. All the details on the website if you want to come and see us make a fool of ourselves. Right, it's time to meet our final guest. It is the king of hardcore. Mick Foley is here. I'm gonna have to hug too, all right? I'm a hugger. All right, what do you do?
I don't know.
Right, Nick, let's see you do what you do best.
Mick Foley? Wait a minute! You gotta be kidding! Oh! That smelly, stinky, filthy sock! It's the return of Mr. Socko! Mr. Socko! You gotta be kidding me! All these people are throwing up here! Everybody's throwing up in Anaheim! The man of a claw!
How are you, Mick?
Good. That tie-dyed and flannel look worked so well on television, I decided to do it again for you.
It's a good look.
May I just put out, Robbie's got skills. I mean, not ping pong. You were like a machine, my friend.
I used to have a Desmond Douglas rollaway, didn't I?
So is that a table tennis bat of some sort?
No, Desmond Douglas.
I know Desmond Douglas, yeah, the only table
He
tennis
used to have his own table, and I used to have my own Desmond Douglas rollaway table. Anyway.
How are you, Mick? You're well?
Doing great, yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. Now, look, have you been looked after well? Because when we booked you, not only did Twitter go completely crazy,
Yeah.
all the boys in the office got very, very excited. Have the boys looked after you?
Everybody's been great, yeah. I think so.
You think
It's pretty good, yeah. It's been okay. Somebody was a little bit of a slacker, but not sure who it was.
Now, we've just seen you doing some... we've seen you doing some wrestling. Helen and I are not wrestling experts. We have some basic questions. Question one, what is the sock about?
Oh, man. The sock was a combination of two different events. I had used a move known as mandible claw, which was a paralyzing nerve hold, popularized or invented by Dr. Sam Shepard, upon whom the Fugitive TV show and later movie was invented. And then I used a sock puppet to cheer up Mr. McMahon, my boss, in 1999 in the hospital when he was being the world's crankiest hospital patient. He was hooked up to a heart monitor and a respirator for a bruised ankle bone.
So you shoved the sock in his mouth?
No, I brought it there to cheer him up because I knew deep down everybody hated sock puppets. But I think the idea of a guy like me showing up kind of with some wear and tear on the face and body with a sock puppet was endearing, and it was just something the audience took to. At a time, like, my knees were shot, my back was bad, and I didn't have much left in me, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. I could get thrown off cell structures, or I could use a sock puppet. And so pretty much that sock is putting my children through university.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And did the sock stink?
Temporarily it did. And then I found out I was quickly losing friends in the audience, and so I now use a new sock, and then I have to explain to my accountant why I'm writing off $2,700 in socks on my taxes. I throw them to the crowd. Yeah.
From what I've seen, you do leave quite a few of your matches on a stretcher. What's the most painful injury you've received wrestling?
Probably the most graphic injury was I lost 2/3 of an ear in Munich, Germany.
That's quite a large amount of ear.
And the irony is, wrestling is entertainment, but real sport kind of stops when somebody loses a body part. And this one kept going. It was like, oh, I've lost an ear. I've got a match to do. So it was a tough match, and I didn't know at the time. I knew I was hurt, and then I looked up. I touched the ear, and when I got to the back, I dropped an F-bomb. I said, I think I lost my blank ear, and then I went bang bang. And Booker T, who's one of the toughest, most respected guys in the business now, it was his first tour, and he said he looked at me at that time and thought, this business might not be for me,
And what did somebody give it a little nibble, or did they pull it? Or?
No, I got caught up in the ropes. It was a move I'd done a little bit. Sometimes to get the best impression, to create the illusion of hanging, I was actually hanging, and there's a lot of pressure. And so when I squeezed out, my ear just didn't come with me.
Did anybody find it?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, you know, it's this bizarre thing. I mean, you can actually. No, you could. Here's a bizarre set of circumstances that when I got back in the ring, it was still kind of hanging on. You can see this homemade video in Germany where I block a punch, I throw a punch, and you see something fall off my head. And the referee came over, but because our American referees had been sent home, one due to a death in the family and one due to a knee injury, we had a French referee who did not speak English, who was not able to stay.
And they let anything go, the French wrestling referees.
So you see this weird thing as the match goes on. There's the referee handing it to the ring announcer who's running it to the back. And so by the time I finished the match, they had it on ice for me. Sweet. And then I was able to, we got in the ambulance and we get out at the hospital. And I had taken some German in school, so I was able to say, vergessen Sie nicht mein Ohr in die Plastiktasche zu bringen, bitte, which means please don't forget to bring my ear in the plastic bag. Yeah. You never know.
Because that's in your textbook, isn't it? In class, Mr. Lafayette, please don't forget to bring my ear to the hospital.
Helen was just doing nothing but looking at your ear.
No, you've only said that out loud, Robbie Fowler, because you're looking at his ear as well. You want to see it.
My son came across a photo, my 8-year-old, Huey. He came across this picture was taken right after I lost my ear, and you still have that adrenaline going, and there's this little gleam in my eye that made it look like I kind of understood that I was in the only business in the world where losing an ear might not be a completely bad thing. Like, we can do a storyline off this. And so he saw that, and there was quite a bit of blood, and he was like, Dad, are you okay? Can you hear? And I said, what? And he said, can you hear me? I said, you got to speak up. I've only got one ear. And I ended up with him shouting, Dad, can you hear me?
Right, you're here. You're Mick Foley here.
Yes.
You are also Cactus Jack.
Yes.
You're Mankind and you're Dude Love. And...
You honor me.
Is that a good which is the best likeness?
The best likeness. I have to see. Can I see Dude do a little bit of dancing, please? Oh, he's got the dance down. All right, Cactus Jack, can I see a little bang bang from you? Bang bang. All right. And Mankind, give me a mommy. Mommy. All right.
It's a very strange part. My favourite part of the show. That's brilliant.
Right, you've been standing there for an hour.
Because you're not over here doing wrestling, you're over here doing stand-up comedy. We have a small clip of you that we found that has no swearing in it.
The original Karate Kid, which apparently only one of you will admit to watching. Can we just raise the house lights for just a second? Just a second. Let me take a look at that. All you guys have seen the Karate Kid. Okay. Lower the lights.
So, is it wrestling stand-up or stand-up?
I try to segue. Like last night, we had a really nice moment in Liverpool because I solved the international terrorism problem. It's gone. It's over. Through lessons I learned in wrestling, and so it was a little bit of political and social humor, but it wasn't offensive, and it was the type of observations that people could say, yeah, you're right about that. And so I do learn a lot of things through wrestling. I like to talk about subjects that are not wrestling related, but I tie them in, so therefore the people who come out and see me, which is the vast majority of people who come out and see me are wrestling fans. They don't feel alienated when I go off to different subjects, but I try to make it very inclusive so that the brave few whose boyfriends drag them out to see the show, they'll go out of their way to tell me that they enjoyed themselves. I'm in a unique position, though, because I can't pick a team for the big game because I've got to perform in both Cardiff and Liverpool, and I need to be able to pander to both fans. So I can't pick a team right now.
But you could pick a team for life. I know you used to watch Cosmos in 17.
I love the Cosmos,
and you got a soft spot for Wigan, but you did say that you would like to pick a team.
I'll pick out of that.
Your team
for life.
For life. Mr. T is a Macclesfield fan.
I've got to ditch
he's a
Wigan
Barnsley
now.
fan, so Rob is a Macclesfield fan, and Evander Holyfield supports Plymouth Argyle. So,
okay, I may be the only wrestler who knows Pele's full name. Edson Arantes de Nascimento. Not bad, right? And we're going with Dagenham and Redbridge. And if you look closely, you can see last night's comedy set on my left hand. There it is.
I did notice that.
And this is I didn't use this story. It's Kurt. I just wrote the name Kurt. And I didn't tell this story, but may I tell it real briefly that this wonderful
artist... As long as it doesn't have any naughty words in it, because we've seen your stand-up.
This wonderful artist did a oil portrait of Kurt Angle, really capturing the essence of Kurt Angle. She brought it to him in London. And Kurt looked at it. Kurt's a very emotional guy, an original oil painting. And Kurt got tears in his eyes, and he said, I can't believe you did this for me. I'm so touched. And then he folded it in quarters and put it in his back pocket and walked away. And that's Kurt Angle.
Well, look, thank you so much for coming. Dagenham fan, Mick Foley. Right, still to come, choose meets to name the foe, and as is traditional, Baby Elvis will be beaten up by one of our guests.
Oh, hell yeah! Mick Foley, you're picking The Undertaker! You're picking Stone Cold!